Hey, what's up YouTube? Pac-Man Trolls here with another Magic the Gathering deck tech video. This time we are doing my White Devotion deck. Mono White Devotion, so it's a single color, but it's a very good deck in the end. It's a white deck, all about getting quick creatures out and hitting them and building up those creatures to +1/+1s or tokens, a lot of tokens. Anyway, check it out. So, for our creatures, we have 3 great Selfless Cathars. These are good cards. You pay 1 white mana, and if you pay 1 white and a colorless, you can sacrifice it, and the creatures you control get a +1/+1 until end of turn. They're 1/1. Good to get out right in the beginning, get them out there, have them to fight with. Another 1-drop that I'm planning on getting 3 more of, Doom Traveler. 1 white mana, and when it dies, you put a 1/1 white spirit token with flying onto the field, and it's a 1/1. A 1/1 regular. It's good to trick your enemies. Attack them with it, and then they're like, "What's the catch here?" And they either read the card and they're like, "Fuck that, I'm not blocking," or they just like, "Oh, okay, block," and then you get a flying token that they can't block if they don't have any flying. Our next card here is Laguna Band Trailblazer. To be honest, I don't know about this card, but it is a good, hefty defender to have right in the beginning of the game. 1 white mana. Whenever you cast a spell that targets it, you put a +1/+1 counter on it, so it builds up. But it's a 0/4 for 1 white mana. It's a pretty good card to have out right in the beginning of the game to have a good wall to defend with. So it's a good card. Let's get into our 2-drop creatures here. We have a Cavalry Pegasus. Plan on getting more of these. They're very good cards. A white mana and a colorless, flying, and whenever it attacks, each attacking human gets flying until end of the turn, and it's a 1/1. So all your humans, which I have a lot of in this deck, get flying until the end of turn, and like I said before, if nobody has flying or reach, can't be blocked. Our next card here is Vanguard of Damaz. Good card, 2 white mana. Vigilance. Whenever you cast a spell that targets it, put a 1/1 white Cat Soldier token with Vigilance onto the field, and it's a 2/2. So Vigilance means attacking doesn't cost a tap. Like normally you'd have to tap the card, and with tapping the card, you cannot use it to like block next turn. But with this, you can attack and then you can block, which is perfect. Good thing to have a Vigilance perk. This is another good 2-drop, Fencing Ace. 1 white mana, 1 colorless. Creatures you can double strike. The creature deals both first strike and then regular combat damage. So he hits first and then he hits again. That's a great thing to have for a 1/1. So technically he's doing 2 damage to creatures, but to health points it's still just 1. Still good though. Our last 2-drop is Phalanx Leader. Great card, 2 white mana. Whenever you cast a spell that targets this, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So each creature gets boosted up whenever you cast a spell that targets it. And it's a 1/1. Great card to have. For our 3-drops, we have 3 Court Street Denizens, and these things piss people off. 1 white mana, 2 colorless. Whenever another white creature enters the battlefield under your control, you tap a target creature an opponent controls, and it's a 2/2. So every time I summon a creature, basically, because it's a mono white deck, you're tapping creatures. And then if you have all 3 of them out on the field, you're tapping 3 creatures, and the opponents just get pissed off. It's perfect. Another one we have here are the 2 Elder Cathars. These are great again. 1 white, 2 colorless. Whenever it dies, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. If the creature is a human, you put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. So it's a 2/2, and if the human, which most of the deck is humans, then you get 2 +1/+1. So it become 2/2. It become a 4/4. That's great. And yeah, like I said, very little creatures in this deck, and there's only 1 giant creature that's really good. But other than that, these creatures are small and good to get out right away. We're going to have another creature for a 3-drop here, is Village Bellringer. Flash, so you can cast it like it's an instant, and whenever it enters the battlefield, untap all creatures you control. 1/4. This thing is great because you can have it flash, so you tap 1 white, 2 colorless, summon out, and then all your creatures are untapped and you can make a good block. If they're attacking, you can be like, hold on, tap 1, 2, 3, boom, untap all creatures I control, everything is untapped, now I get to block you. It's a great card. Another one, Sunspire Griffin. Just another flying to have out there, 2/3. 2 white mana, 1 colorless. Good card to have, just to, like I said, flying. You know, I've explained that already like 3 times in this video. Midnight Guard is another one I have here. 1 white and 2 colorless. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, untap it. So it's a good card to have in general. They summon a creature, you untap this, you'll have something to defend with. It's a good card. Another 3-drop that's one of my favorites, and I want to get 3 more of them. Master of Diversion. 1 white, 2 colorless. Another card that pisses off a lot of people. Whenever it attacks, tap a target creature a defending player controls. 2/2. So, another one that can't block. We'll get into our 4 drops in this deck. We have the Ephra's Warden, which is a 1 mana of white and 3 colorless. If you tap it, you can tap a target creature with power 3 or less, and it's a 1/2. And then we have the Elguan Inquisitor. 1 white, 3 colorless, lifelink, 2/2. Whenever it dies, you put a 1/1 white spirit with flying onto the field. Again, tokens. That is a big factor in this deck, and I have loads of them. I probably have more than I need, but it's just great. Gallows Warden is another card we have here. 1 white, 4 colorless. This is a 5-drop, flying, and other spirit creatures you control get a +1 defense. It's a 3/3. So again, flying. And then this is the card that really helps with all our flying creatures. Silent Sentinel, 7-drop. 2 white, 5 colorless, flying, and whenever it attacks, you may return a target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. 4/6. My mistake, I thought it was a different card. I thought it was in one of my other decks. My bad. Anyway, let's get onto the land, because I didn't get onto the land already, which is weird. I have 24 white mana. Just finish it up right there. There you go. There is 24 white mana, of course, because it's a mono white devotion, and I just forgot to show you guys. I have 24 white lands. There you go. Awesome deck slaves, by the way. Let's get into the instance. So the instance I mainly based on boosting up creatures, destroying creatures, things like that. Just to have a good defense. We have 2 Righteous Blows, which are great cards to have. 1 white mana for the beginning of the game usually. Deals 2 damage to attacking or blocking creature. So that's a pretty good card to have for the beginning of the game. Get them out of the way. I think I want to get 2 more of these so I can have a whole play set. But they're good cards to have. We have a Smite. Another one that I've read very wrong before. 1 white mana, destroy target blocked creature. That means if they attack and you block the creature was blocked, so you can use Smite to destroy the giant creature. Because, like, let's say you block with a 2/2 and they're attacking with like a 36/36. Yours dies, but you can tap 1 white mana, boom, destroy it. And yeah, that really gets some people pissed off too. Here we go. Battle-Wise Valor is our next instant. 1 white, 1 colorless. Target creature gets a +2/+2 until the end of turn. And scry 1. Look at the top card of your library. Put it at the bottom of your library if you want to. Or leave it at the top. Scry. Our next one is Aerial Maneuver. 1 white, 1 colorless. Target creature gets a +1/+1, gains flying, and first strike until the end of turn. Great card to have. Dauntless Onslaught. Another good one. 1 white, 2 colorless. Up to 2 target creatures each get a +2/+2 until end of turn. Great. Riot Control. 1 white, 2 colorless. You gain 1 life for each creature your opponents control and prevent all damage that would be dealt to you this turn. Divine Verdict. 1 white, 3 colorless. Destroy target attacking or blocking creature. Let's get into the enchantments. Gotta kinda hurry this up. Alright. Our enchantment number 1 is Oppressive Raise. Enchanted creature can't attack unless its controller pays 3 colorless. Activated abilities of this enchanted creature cost 3 more colorless to activate. This stays on them, and it's a great card to have. Mortal Obstinacy. 1 white. Enchanted creature you control. The enchanted creature you control. Enchanted creature gets a +1/+1. Whenever an enchanted creature deals combat damage to the player, you can sacrifice this. If you do, destroy a target enchantment. Great card to have. Another good card, Ephra's Radiance. You enchant a creature, it's 1 white mana. You enchant a creature, and the enchanted creature has tap 1 white, 1 colorless, and this creature, and you gain 3 life. Good life gain card. Curse of Exhaustion. Another good card to play against your opponents. 1 white, 1 colorless. 2 white, 2 colorless. You enchant a player. Enchanted player cannot cast more than 1 spell each turn. Builder's Blessing, another good card to have. 1 white and 3 colorless. Untapped creatures you control get a +2 defense, so a good blocker card. And the last enchantment, Mammoth Umbra. 1 white, 4 colorless. Enchanted creature gets a +3/+3 and Vigilance. Totem Armor. If the enchanted creature would be destroyed, instead remove all damage from it and destroy this aura. That's a great card to have. I did not know about the whole totem armor thing. That I just found out. That's wow. I need to read the whole card. I don't read the entire card. My bad. Artifacts. Let's get into them real quick. Heavy Matak. This is a good card. 3 colorless mana. Enchanted creature gets a +1/+1. As long as the equipped creature is a human, it gets an additional +1/+1. And to equip it, it is 2 colorless. Great card. Then Demonale Hallberg. This is a great card. 4 mana of any color. Pretty much 4 white mana in this case. Enchanted creature gets a +4/+2, and to equip it, you have to sacrifice a creature. But this is amazing. Awesome card. Now our last card in the deck, and the best card in the deck. Elspeth Sun Champion. $30 card here. 2 colorless, or 2 white mana, and 4 colorless. +1 royalty, put 3 1/1 white soldier tokens onto the battlefield. -3 royalty, destroy a creature with all creatures with a power 4 or greater. And then -7, you get an emblem where creatures you control get a +2/+2 and have flying. That is awesome. Let's get into the sideboard of the deck. There are 10 cards in the sideboard. We have Fortify, 1 white, 3 colorless. Choose one. Creatures you control get a +2 attack or a +2 defense until the end of turn. We have Righteous Charge, 2 white and 1 colorless. Creatures you control get a +2/+2 until end of turn. We have Vanquish the Foul, 1 white, 5 colorless. Destroy a target creature with a power 4 or greater. Scry 1. Stonewise Fortifier, that's another good creature. 1 white, 1 colorless. For 1 white and 4 colorless, prevent all damage that will be dealt to this card this turn by a target creature this turn. 2/2. God-Favored General, 1 white, 1 colorless. If it becomes untapped, you can pay 1 white and 2 colorless. And if you do, you put 2 1/1 white soldier enchantment creature tokens onto the field. 1/1. Siddiq of Tythus, 1 white, 1 colorless. Extort, whenever you cast a spell, pay a white or a black mana. If you do, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain that much life. 2/2. Hazda Snare Squad. 1 white, 2 colorless. When it enters the battle, whenever it attacks, you can pay 1 white mana. If you do, tap a target creature and opponent that controls. Eagle of the Watch. 1 white, 2 colorless. Flying Vigilance, 2/1. Harvester of Ace Alcedes. 1 white and 2 colorless. Whenever it attacks or an enchantment enters the battlefield under my control, prevent all damage that would be dealt to a target creature this turn. 2/3. And then the last card in our sideboard, Arika Survivors. 1 white, 5 colorless. When it enters the battlefield, you may return an equipment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. If you do, attach it to our Arika Survivors. 4/6. So that is my mono white devotion deck. I hope you all enjoyed. Very good deck to really play and get your creatures down and just annihilate them because they're going to build up in the end. Plus I have probably too many tokens, but I have that many tokens, so yeah. Great cards. Hope you enjoy. Pac-Man Trolls is out. Peace.